Let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal. Go, 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 go.
Fix.
It's beautiful. Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude.
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson, bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Willis Cadillac. Escalades are available right now, which rarely happens. They also have Escalade allocation open, so you can buy yours and order yours today at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at thrushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much for dialing us in. Watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and, of course, leave your comments in the comment section. Follow us on social media, and you can always, always, always call the show at 515-517-2303. Good morning, Ross Peterson.
What's up, buddy? How was your weekend? Fun weekend?
You know, I had a good weekend. Yeah. I was the MC and an auctioneer on Saturday night for a rather large event, and we raised a lot of money. And I like auctioneering. I really do. I do it in a different way. You know, I'm not a cattle livestock auctioneer. What I do is I like to have fun with the crowd. Everybody knows where the bid is, and we move along fairly quickly. But I don't want to be a professional auctioneer, but when I'm asked to do it, I have a lot of fun doing it. So it's I do it about 3-4 times a year, and I had fun auctioneering.
It's one of the strangest skills. It's really weird. Auctioneering, like the classic auctioneering where the guy just keeps on talking and he's just making up sounds. He's just making up sounds. 25,
well,
25, 25,
do it, obviously.
But he's making up noises. I'm not lying. I'm not trying, and it's not me being mean. That an auctioneer is making up noises. He's doing hey, blah, 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 like you're right. There's a cadence to it, but there's also nonsense to it. It's like a family business. You know that? If you ever meet an auctioneer, guaranteed their daddy was an auctioneer.
It's almost organized crime, right? You're like, these are syndicates. And I say this out of due respect to a very good friend of mine. I'm good. You won't know this name, but if you watch the Mecum Auto Auctions, the Moravec's are part of the Mecum Auto Auctions. And I actually do a fundraiser for them. And Trev and Matt have both been named the number one auctioneers in the world. Trev was down in Florida and did a Mecum Auto Auction in Florida, and he sold a Ferrari for $10 million. Matt did the tractor one over in eastern Iowa and did like $1 million worth of tractors in an hour. It's crazy the amount of, but they take great pride in their auctioneering. Yes. Very good pride.
Yeah, and they're very upset right now. The 7 auctioneers in Iowa, they're listening to this. They're like, this motherfucker doesn't get it. Sorry.
My daddy did it. His daddy did it. And his daddy did it.
And his daddy did it. And my daddy's daddy was the best in the world. And my daddy was the best in the world. Now, I'm a world champion. We were at an auction one time, and the guy's up there, and he's doing his bit. And he's like, ladies and gentlemen, I've got one special treat for you tonight. I was the 2007 Auctioneer of the World, and you are not going to believe the special guest that we have for you today, the gentleman that just won 2024's Auctioneer of the World. And I turned to the people at my table, and I said, it's his son. And he said, and proud to call him my boy.
You know what, auctioneer, the way you just did it, it's like you're part salesman and part preacher, right? Yeah, I mean,
yes. Cadence, dude. Cadence. Barack Obama was great at it. Cadence can intoxicate you. It
absolutely.
You. But it's funny, even you just said he sold a Lamborghini for no. A Lamborghini sold for.
Yeah.
Because like I just saw this morning, I woke up and I saw finally some good news happen for one of those Paul brothers. One of them sold a Pikachu card for like $19 million.
I don't get the Pikachu thing. I don't get it.
Did it go for $19 million? Because some guy was up there going, Pikachu going for 19.2, 19.2. Who's got 19.3? Can I get 19.3? 19.3? No. They just said, hey, we got this amazing product. And it was really polite, and people raised their paddles or bid online. Auctioneering's weird.
It is.
After a busy sports weekend, I knew we'd start there. All right, check off auctioneering. Ross's hot take on auctioneers.
It's my fault because I said I was an auctioneer over the weekend.
I have done that a few times, Travis, and I'm much more like you. I've seen where you're talking through the process, you're explaining to people what's going on, reminding them that it's for charity.
Oh, and if I know people in the crowd, I pick on them. I just go directly at them, right? It's like, John, come on. What's another $50? $50, John. Give me $50. 50. Okay, how about you? It's only $50.
Best I've ever seen. The best track announcer ever is a guy named Jerry Van Sickle. He actually dates our friend Jackie Schmeling. I think they're still dating. I think, yeah. They've been together for a long time. He is amazing. He's the best track announcer I've ever worked with in my life. And I've worked with some really good ones. Jerry's on a whole different plane. And I've seen him do the 50-50 splits. And he does exactly that. Goes out into the crowd and calls people out by name. You just had a big contract come in. I know you. You just sold a bunch of beans. Come on, people are like, okay, I guess he called me.
I did that a week ago. I was the MC. We went to the Raise the Paddle, and I said, I'm looking at this room. We are at the Marion High School fundraiser. We all know what we pay for tuition here. The market just finished today over 50,000. A lot of you people made money today. A lot of you people made money. Time to give.
Friday, I hosted a trivia event for Eli's old middle school. I co-hosted. My buddy Josh is the one that sets it up. The activities director over there is Marty Luft. His brother was a longtime coach at East High School. So I've got some connections, and I've helped out for a couple of years and done that. I love trivia. Trivia is always a good time. One of the team names on Friday night was the Dow is 50,000.
It's a great team name.
It's a great excuse for anything. Did I see on your phone that you're cheating on me? The Dow is 50,000. It's over 50,000. You're going to come at me with that?
I can buy you a new car. Get you a new house.
We have an international pedophile ring run by the most powerful people in the world. What do you think about that? The Dow is over 50,000. Jesus, don't even care. It's like you people don't even pay attention.
515-517-2303. Let's go to Coach Herson, who's all nestled in his brand new condo that Ross sold him. Coach, welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. I'm getting in the Auctioneer Road now. Welcome to the Rush Radio Show. Hey,
Yeah, no. So this is an auctioneering story. We're at the Lindholm Classic, which used to be a golf outing that Iowa State put on, and half the money went to spinal cord research because this golf player had got in an accident and was basically paralyzed from the neck down, and so half the money went to funding for that, but the other half went to the golf team. And this is eons ago. I'm talking 90s. But there's a beautiful Sam Snead picture. It's a picture of him, autographed by him, his beautiful swing. And I just sent you guys a copy of the picture. But after a couple of liquid encouragement things that I was going through, I was like, hey, I'm gonna help get the price up on this one, and I swear to God, it was 700, and I put my finger up, sold, and I'm like, good Lord, did that just happen that quickly? I was like,
gotta be careful at the auctions, Coach.
You got to be careful. It was like bang, bang, and I was like, did you even ask anybody else if they were going to be?
They were waiting. They were waiting for somebody to bid over 700.
Well, why I have you on the phone, Coach? During the auction and the the event that I was emceeing, you were texting me on Saturday night. And I'm up on stage and my bzz, bzz, bzz. I'm like, who's texting me in the middle of this? I look down, it's Coach Hersom. And he really wants us, Ross, to address the sports of luge and skeleton.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I can't take my eyes off this. These people are crazy. They are absolutely crazy.
Bobsled as well. We watched bobsled last night. I took Eli and I went down to Buzzard Billy's and had dinner last night. Had some gator fingers. They were delicious. And then we sat there and we watched bobsled the whole time and talked about how much fun it looks. And then last night I saw some things in the bobsled because
at least you're inside of a thing. You're
True.
inside of a
Coach, which do you think is crazier?
Or the skeleton where you're putting your forehead towards the.
That you think that one's crazy?
80 miles an hour.
I think that one seems a little bit more fun and controlled when you're belly down, face forward. That's how the guys that are laying on their back. And then the 2-man luge is weird.
That's a good way to put it. That's being politically correct, and you're right. Now, the bobsled has brakes. The luge, you kind of control with your legs. The skeleton, you only control with your shoulders. There's no brake. You're going 90 miles an hour down that track.
Like, and
That's insane.
And their chin is like inches from the ice. That one's really cool. The 2-man luge to me is weird. I watch it. I'm like, how did they ever come up with this idea?
Well, I have one when you can have two.
Bobsled is cool. Last night they got the drones that fly right behind the bobsled. So you really get a feel for first of all, how fast they are going, 80 miles an hour down that track, and what that's like when they're hitting those turns. And because I guess as a kid, I always kind of thought it was just like, you're on a sled and you're sliding around on the thing and, ooh, this is cool. Oh my God, it's violent.
Yeah. You know what else you're not doing when you're on a sled as a kid? Pulling 5Gs.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Hitting 80. So last night they were showing it with the drone right behind Trav. You can actually see the person inside driving the bobsled. They got two big cables in there. It looks like
it's like you grab two hand pieces and you go left or right like that.
It's like cables. So when they go into the turn, you can see the lady like lean, and again, those G-force, she's like leaned back in the chair and cranked back on one of the cables, trying to get the sled to turn.
Damn.
It's time to bust out the old John Candy movie about the Jamaican bobsled team.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
Full runnings.
Yeah. Take care, Coach. Have a good week, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Travel safe. Call me when you get back in town. I still got 2 gifts for Coach.
Oh, really? Oh, because you get gifts when somebody buys a house from you?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And got Coach. Don't even want to say it. He's listening. It's not a present if I tell him.
That's right. He wants to be surprised. You get a pumpkin pie and you get a.
Don't get a pumpkin pie. I promise you that.
You buy your own bourbon.
Buy your own
bottle of bourbon.
I should get it, Coach. That's a good idea for Coach. I do have 2 things for him already, but that's a good idea. Get him a bottle of the Todd, not the Todd Father. Be blown away.
Right before we went on the air, going back to the Olympic sports, you said you saw a tweet that had something to do with the Olympics about Americans and caring about sports like this.
It was like a tweet some guy had. It was like a curling video, and he goes, "Listen, truth is, we don't give a crap about these sports. The most important thing is it pisses off other countries when we win. That's why we care." Oh, you care about that? Hey, let's see if we can beat you.
Speaking of curling, did you see the Swedes and the Canadians get into it over the weekend?
Yeah.
I mean, the dude dropped an F-bomb.
Double touch. Did you see his little finger on the? Did you see him double touch it?
I didn't know you couldn't do that. I'm like, well, he's behind the line. He's like, oh, I need to give it a little bit more. I didn't know your finger couldn't touch the stone.
And I'll be honest with you, Trav. When I first saw the video and I saw the Canadian guy, and he's like, "Hey, F off." My first thought was like, yeah, Canada, get him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's accusing you of shit. And then I like instantly go to the video of him doing it. You're like, oh. Oh, okay.
But they found he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
and now the Canadian
affect it? Does that little tiny like
I don't know. I have no clue.
I've never hurled a curling stone in my life.
Do you want to now? Do you want to go to the Des Moines Curling Club?
Like I said, I've been through that. There were several Olympics in a row where I was like, I'm going to get into curling. No, I didn't. I hate ice. I hate being cold. Why would I ever? Unless I'm fishing, I don't want to be on the ice.
I don't want to be on the ice, period, and that includes fishing. So
yeah.
I'm kind of with you.
So
but yeah, the Canadian dropped a big F-bomb on the ice, and that was as clear as day. You're like, wow.
I swear, when I first saw it, I was like, he must be right. He's so angry about it. He must not have cheated. And then like instantly went to the video of him and they show his finger and they're like, yeah, you're not supposed to do that. I don't know.
Having learned from experience of my own type behavior, Ross, when I know I'm caught, I get really mad and I try to change the subject with my anger. And my wife will just go, see, you're wrong because of the way you're acting. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm never wrong. I'm never, ever wrong. Knowing full well that I'm wrong.
You know you're wrong by the way you're reacting is a really good response. Because you can't go, nuh-uh.
Start dropping F-bombs, start swearing, defending your turf. That usually means you might be wrong.
Yeah, Bert.
So
what a weekend, dude. What a weekend.
Yeah, what a weekend. Last night, Kansas State announced that Jerome Tang has been fired with cause from Kansas State University and relieved of duties as head coach. The fired with cause goes back to the news conference that we played on this show last week when he talked about he's embarrassed. Guys won't be coming back next year. And they're using language within the contract, Ross, that says if you bring embarrassment, and I'm paraphrasing here,
yeah.
But if you bring embarrassment upon Kansas State University, that is grounds for termination with cause. Listen, Jerome Tang probably needed to be fired. They have one win. Since they went to the Elite Eight, they've been on a downhill slide. You can look at this in a number of different ways. And we went into great detail on his news conference on how poor of a leader he demonstrated himself to be. Fired with cause, that's a different story. Because to me, it looks like you don't want to pay him, and this is the first step of a negotiation tactic. Meaning, okay, we know we probably aren't going to win this, but can we get you to the table to talk this down to 8 or 9, 7, maybe $7 million? We don't want to pay you the 18.6 that is due on your contract.
I think you're right, Travis. It's a negotiating tactic. Oh boy. Okay. Let's start with that. And then, because I want to get back to the point of the contract, but I think that you're right, that what Kansas State's doing here is they're sending the opening salvo of, all right, we offer you $0.
Yeah.
And then he'll come back and go, well, I want my 18. And they go, okay, what about 9? And we'll give you 10 million. Just go away. But what I'd like to really talk about is that first of all, will they win in the court? Because this is going to it's eventually going to get attorneys involved. Probably already has attorneys involved. Duh. And it says, we think that the cause is you embarrassed the institution. How do you prove that that's either true or not true?
What you would do if I was Gene Taylor at Kansas State and I wanted to prove this, I would bring up the Rush Radio show. I would, but I'm using that as
media.
An example.
Say, look at what we were
I would go to all the media clips and show the negative amount of press that Kansas State got in what was said about Kansas State, what was specifically said about Jerome Tang. And you could probably go to every sports show in America. You could go to ESPN's First Take, Unsportsmanlike, all that stuff, and start breaking it down.
So then my second part, if there can be such an arbitrary thing as, hey, don't embarrass the university. And saying the wrong words at a press conference constitutes embarrassing the university. Okay. That's a pretty gray, wide space in a contract. Because I've always been told we can't put performance in there. You can't write in a contract. And I'm being very, what's the word I'm looking for here? Goofy. I'm being sarcastic. Sorry. When I say they can't put in a contract that says if you suck, we can fire you, because that's not fair. That's too gray. You got to have something specific. You got to say if a coach loses X amount of games, then we can fire you. You can't just say if you suck, we fire you. Why not? Why can't every person I've ever known, 95% of the people that our entire collective audience has ever known worked in a world where if you didn't do your job well, if you weren't good at your job, you got fired. If your boss looked around and thought somebody was better at your job than you were removed from that position. But in college sports coaching, that's not, nope. Once you sign the contract, they signed a contract. It's their fault. These institutions of higher learning. It's the funniest phrase that we have right now, because these institutions are continuously drug when it comes to negotiations. Well, we have to sign these because that's the way it is. Then change the way it is. We can't compete. We wouldn't even get a coach. If we told him we were going to fire him if he sucked at his job.
Yeah, when Jerome Tang signed the contract, and John, stay on hold. I'm going to get to your phone call in a second, but I want to get this part. If Jerome Tang, and after he took the team to the Elite Eight, and Kansas State said, okay, we're going to give you this much money, but our expectation is that you are in the NCAA tournament every single year. You have an above 500 record in the Big 12 conference. Or if you don't make the NCAA tournament, then at least the next year you need to be in the NIT and showing progress each and every year. Those are simple measurements.
Yeah.
But if you drop down to where you're getting blown out by 30 at home and you have one win in the Big 12, 3 years after you sign this contract, you have not lived up to what the expectation is, and therefore that's grounds for firing at a much lower rate of payoff. It's that simple.
Love that idea of those hard metrics at the end of the year, like for an Iowa State, a university. Well, I mean, I probably shouldn't put those two in the same boat right now, but I would have no problem if Jamie Pollard said, we expect to be in the NCAA tournament every year, and if you don't make the NCAA tournament, you have a probation year. You don't make the NCAA tournament 2 years in a row, we can fire you without paying you a dime.
You're right. They're called performance improvement plans.
Yep. And maybe we even have a thing, because there's got to be some way for them to do things like this. There's got to be an out for a university in the middle of the season to go, oh, God, we got to get rid of this. Because, I mean, we all talk, again, the whole nation was talking about how Jerome Tang was an embarrassment to K-State.
515-517-2303. Let's go to John. John, welcome to the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. What's going on, John?
Hey, good morning, guys. Before I talk about Jerome Tang thing real quick, I wanted to share Coach Hersham, that golf tournament that he was talking about. I've played in and went to it many times years ago. And one of my really close friends got into a bidding war over some Cubs memorabilia with Tim Floyd at the time. And it ended up costing him a lot of money. So it was really
Tim
funny
Floyd had some deep.
to hear Coach
Tim
Hersham
Floyd
say
had
that.
Tim Floyd had deep pockets, John.
Yeah, it was not a guy to go against because it was down to just them two.
Do you remember what the
what
Cubs memorabilia was, John?
I don't. It's been 25 years. Like I said, Coach Hersham knows that tournament. It was great. It was so much fun. Coach Orr and Larry Stacey, I could tell you some funny stories about some of the things they said at that. But I don't remember the Cubs exactly what it was. I think it was a jersey, but I cannot remember. But not somebody to bid against.
Kerry Wood signed
a significant amount of money.
Kerry Wood and Mark Pryor signed jersey. Big item at one time. Big dollar item at one time.
It could have been them. I can't quite remember. On the Jerome Tang thing, I wanted to ask you guys if you recall, because I don't exactly recall. Why was Larry Stacey fired? Was it because the embarrassment to the university?
More so, it was embarrassment, but you had him holding a natty light with his arm around a co-ed, which after a game, which he should have been on the bus or the plane with his team on the way home. So
yeah, that's embarrassing.
True. But
so I was wondering if that's how they got around that as well.
Man, what a good John, what a good question. I don't remember the specifics of that, of why, of how they kind of justified it. I think Travis is right. I mean, the gist of it was he didn't travel with the team because of some excuse.
He was afraid to fly.
And ended up getting caught, hanging out with some college kids, and had his arm around a young lady, and got a picture taken with a beer in his hand and his arm around a young lady. Bad look.
So, Larry, this according to the Google search AI, which took 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Larry Eustachy was forced to resign. He was not fired. He was forced to resign. So there you get out of it. This was in May of 2023.
No. You're wrong there.
Or 2003. My dyslexia kicking.
Yeah.
2003.
I was like, you're wrong school. Wrong school.
His actions were deemed to have violated the morals clause in his contract, prompted by admitted alcoholism. So it was the morals clause in the contract. I don't know if Jerome Tang broke any morals clauses here. The morals clause with Eustachy would have been drinking and kissing co-eds.
Right. I found it a little bit similar, and that's why I wanted to call in and bring that up.
I think a better example.
You guys have a great.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
You guys have a great day.
I think a better example is how many times did Fran McCaffrey embarrass the University of Iowa? If you want to say an embarrassment.
The problem again, it's in the court of law. How do you prove it?
This would be very hard to prove.
I don't think Fran ever got to that point. The Eustachy one, that came out, and Jamie Pollard's hands are tied at that point. You got to make a move there. I think maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Anyway, okay. That's
the one thing that if I'm Jerome Tang and I'm going to go back to court with is, if I was such an embarrassment, why did you let me coach over the weekend? If I was an embarrassment right after that game, why did you let me coach over the weekend?
Question.
And so this is why I go to, we can call it what you want. Kansas State was looking for a way to cut ties with Jerome Tang. They don't want to pay him $18.6 million. This is a negotiating tactic. Ross, you're right. $0, 18.6. We're going to meet somewhere in the middle. Let's probably meet at 9, right? We're going to get to halfway.
And it'll have to be public when it does, right?
Yeah, because it's K-State. Absolutely it will.
Okay.
515-517-2303. That's the number to call.
I got to tell you, when you said Eustachy was in 2003, that was one of those time warp moments in my brain. Like, that was 23 years ago.
Well,
that's a lifetime.
Coach Hersom earlier on said, I was at this golf tournament eons ago in the 90s. I'm like, that wasn't eons ago.
Up. No,
Shut
it wasn't.
up, man.
That was like Thursday. I thought for sure one of those guys, because John's a big golf guy too, I thought for sure one of them was going to talk about Anthony Kim. I don't know, but maybe we'll get to that with the live stuff. Awesome story over the weekend of Anthony Kim getting a on the live.
Didn't put it on there, but we can put it on.
Yeah, we no need to talk about it. Just a neat thing. I thought one of them would say, hey, cool story of a great comeback in life.
It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
My name's Gary Presnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat Norm. Norm knows football, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert.
Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, I'm John Lenners with Willis Lexus, and it's February, and you know what that means, Valentine's Day. If you're looking for that special gift, we've got some options. We've got 0% for up to 72 months on RZ and $2,000 off. We also have some RX and NX plug-in hybrids with low rates as low as 2.9 for 48 months. We have a great selection of inventory, and we invite you to stop out and take one for a test drive or visit us online at willislexus.com for the most updated sale prices.
Hi, it's Noel. If you're thinking about popping the question, start with a jeweler you can trust. At Fiscus Jewelers, we offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, featuring stunning engagement rings and rare and forever natural diamonds, pre-screened with advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together, and our CAD drawings are always free. And when it's time to say I do, don't forget the guys. We offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Back to the Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Looking for a lunch or dinner spot that always hits? Head to Fong's Pizza, home of the original Crab Rangoon Pizza. Fong serves bold, Asian-inspired flavors alongside classic favorites that turn any meal into something memorable. Perfect for a quick downtown lunch, happy hour with coworkers, or dinner before a night out. Fong's delivers creative specialty pizzas, craveable appetizers like pot stickers and monthly specialty pizzas, and 25 beers on tap to keep things good and rolling. Grab a slice, share a pie with friends, or order ahead and pick up your order at their convenient pickup window. There's something for everyone. Fong's Pizza, downtown Des Moines, fun, flavorful, and everything and anything but ordinary. 515-517-2303. Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. It is Monday, Ross, and that means big Monday. Iowa State's going to be front and center tonight in a big game against Houston at Hilton Coliseum. This is massive. This is massive.
I like this idea. Let's just look forward, and we're talking about college basketball and not look back at the weekend. It's we're marching ahead. There's no point in recapping what happened this weekend. You're right. Huge basketball game tonight with Houston and Iowa State. This is massive is the right word for it. Big opportunity here for Iowa State to kind of climb back into those conversations. I just had bracketology up this morning, Travis, and I think they still had them on a 2 line,
which would make sense.
And again, winning the Big 12, winning out, maybe that plays you up to the 1 line. It's a great conversation to be having. I guess when I say it's a huge game, just in that landscape of how are you competing right now against the best teams in the country? Because this is going to be elite basketball tonight. Should be. Sometimes these games don't live up. I mean, again, Iowa State, remember the couple years ago in the Big 12 championship, Iowa State just beat the pants off of Houston. And then Houston went on and had a decent tournament. If I remember, I don't even remember. I think they did. But anyway, they were a great team. And that game signified nothing. Tonight should be a really good basketball game.
Houston sits alone at the top of the Big 12 standings. They just have 1 loss in the league. And I was going through the Iowa State notes this morning, and it's crazy to know that I think since like 2018, Houston is the winningest program in college basketball. I mean, you're talking about the most consistent, winningest basketball team
Did you say since 2015? What did
18.
2018? They're the winningest.
2018.
Wow. I wouldn't have guessed them. I mean, you know, you'd go to
They
Blue
haven't been in the Big
Bloods.
12 conference the whole time, but they were still knocking on doors in the NCAA tournament, and it just shows you how good of a coach Kelvin Sampson is. I mean, Kelvin Sampson won at Oklahoma. He won at Indiana. He got fired at Indiana because of stuff that's legal today and text messages. He had a show cause, ends back, floated around the NBA for a while, ends up at Houston, and all he does is win. Houston's last win at Hilton Coliseum came in 1988, so that has no reflection on recent history whatsoever. They have a hard time winning at Hilton Coliseum. Everybody has a hard time winning at Hilton Coliseum. Nobody's won there this year. Ask Bill Self.
And again,
Kansas,
not a lot of time, not a lot of opportunities there. How many times has Houston played in Hilton Coliseum since '88?
They are 3-1 all time at Hilton Coliseum. Or no,
one and three.
No, Iowa State is 3-1. They are 1-3 all time. So not many times. But if Iowa State puts a defensive performance tonight like it did against Kansas, I like their chances of winning because they beat the crap out of Kansas, 74-56. Just an absolute beatdown, especially in the second half, holding Kansas to 1 of 8 from behind the 3-point line. Iowa State was 8 of 14 in the second half, and that was the second half number. It was 6 of 18 overall. Iowa State 11 of 30, but in the second half, 8 of 14. Momcilovic hit an incredible. It looked like Larry Bird. Did you think Larry Bird when he's in the corner falling out of bounds? You're like, holy crap! How did that go in?
Yeah, I don't know that I had another. It was just he hits that, and you go. He's having one of those nights. Basket has to look like an ocean up there. He's just chucking. That's fun. And then Hilton is rocking. That was a fun game.
I don't know if they are or not, but you got to believe that like students are lined up already outside Hilton this morning, don't you think?
It's not crazy to think that.
Yeah.
I can imagine they are. Yeah. I think that's fun. Like every now and again, especially right now, dude, it's like 45 degrees. This has been an awesome night to camp outside in February.
And it's President's Day. I don't even know if they have class today.
Boy, yeah.
You're like, let's get a keg. Let's get a tent. Let's just sit here and drink all night, eat all night.
I don't think you could get a keg, could you?
Oh, you could do a lot of things.
You can do whatever you want inside of a tent. I mean, as long as you don't get caught. Getting a keg inside of a tent would be tough because then you're gonna have people in and out the whole time. You know what I mean? Keg would be a tough one to pull off, but anyway.
You know what I like about Houston, and people are gonna say you're stupid, Trav.
Well,
they don't have and that's a given, right? That's a given that I'm stupid, but they don't have like those big name players. They stick out that you're just like our household names. They're just consistent. Very, very consistent.
Trav, how many household names are there? And household name is a really weird term with college basketball right now anyway.
That's a good way to put it.
Most people wouldn't. I don't think if you grab the average person on the street and asked them who Darren Peterson was, they'd be like, oh, I think I hired him to paint my shutters. Darren Peterson, that's my accountant.
Last year Cooper Flagg was a household name. I thought that was at Duke.
Boozer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how many are household names in college basketball these days. But that's a good point. Like, I think Houston. Again, we've had this conversation about Iowa State, Travis. If you're in Houston, do you know Iowa State for Justin Jefferson? Do you know Iowa State for Momcilovic?
Probably Momcilovic because he leads the nation in 3-point shooting,
and he's
right.
And a highlight like that goes around the world pretty quickly.
Yeah. What you have are 5 guys and a deep bit in a bench that just gets it done.
Did I say Justin Jefferson?
No, I thought you said Joshua.
Yeah, okay, all right. I don't know what my brain just paused and said, "Hey, dummy." Dude, my brain. you see my post this weekend about going to the store?
So I was going to ask you about this. You went to the store to get 5 items.
I had a list. I wrote down a list. I'm sitting here at the house. I'm like, okay, I need. Still got the list. I'll show you the list. The list says, want to make BLTs, bacon, milk, eggs, get honey ham because Audrey doesn't like BLT, so I was going to make sandwiches for her, and bread. Bacon, milk, eggs, honey ham, and bread. I needed 5 items from the store.
Well, you're missing lettuce in there if you're going to make BLTs.
But I had the other stuff that I needed, I thought. Well, then when I went to go leave for the store, Dad called. He was going to need some help at the house. He hadn't had lunch yet. I'm like, hey, I'll just get all the things and I'll bring everything to your house. We'll have BLTs at your house. Good idea. I forgot the list. So I go
on
inside,
your phone.
And now I'm like, oh, well, I'll get tomatoes. And now I need bacon. And now I need lettuce. Didn't get the milk. Didn't get the eggs. Walked out with 7 things in my cart, missing 2 of the 5 items that I went to get. Still don't have milk and eggs.
But when it comes to making BLTs, you don't need milk and you don't need eggs. That was probably just for something else.
Amazing. Yeah. It got the Duke's mayo. Had the really good tomatoes, sliced them real thin. Oh, it's killer.
Did you not bring your phone in and walk the aisles?
No.
Just left.
I had my phone.
I
I had my phone in my pocket. I had my phone in my pocket the whole time. I just probably singing songs in my head, thinking about fishing, or the pyramids, or pedophiles,
or moon landings.
How do I convince my kids that the government's always lying to them? That's what was going to my head.
How long did it take you to realize you did not pick up said items?
I was about halfway home. I was like, oh.
Now, couldn't you just, for eggs, couldn't you just found, in milk, you could have just found a Quick Star and just
again,
right in?
it's not something that I've got to, you know what I mean? It wasn't like the milk and eggs were for home. Everything else was to get to Dad's to have lunch. Just felt like an idiot. Just felt like, man, why doesn't my brain fail me? I made a plan. I wrote down the plan. Failed the plan. And Dusty said, hey, Audrey needs this. Audrey does love bacon. I don't know what it is about the B. If it's either the L or the T, but she did have several slices of bacon.
Who doesn't like bacon?
Oh.
Did you go with the peppered bacon, the thick sliced bacon?
Thick sliced, yep.
Attaboy.
Hickory smoked.
Attaboy.
Oh, yeah, good stuff.
You know what you're doing there. You know what you're doing there.
Sorry to derail us from the Cyclone conversation.
No. I was just thinking how much different of a parent you are than Anjanette and I. We'd be like, you're having BLTs, that's what you get. You don't get a ham sandwich.
Here's my justification on that. First of all, I have to just admit that I'm a sucker for Audrey. I can't say no to her, and I do spoil her in that way. And I've had people say like, "Hey, it's okay to say no to her," and I go, "I know, I just don't. I just don't want to." And for her, like, it's super easy. You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, Eli, what do you want for lunch? He's like, hey, how about BLTs? I'm like, yeah. And you kind of see her face, like, I go, wait, what do you want? She goes, can I just have a ham sandwich? Well, that takes 10 seconds. Hell yeah, you can have a ham sandwich. If that's going to make you happy and it's less work for me, that's a win-win, baby. So I justify it as saying I pick my battles and I do, but the truth is I'm a softie and my little girl walks all over me.
And the truth is I can't compare your situation to mine, meaning there's a pretty good gap between Eli and Audrey.
Yeah.
You know, when we had it, you know, we had 4 kids pretty stacked up, plus the 2 of us. It was like, hey, we're not going to customize for 6 people.
And you give into one. That's your problem is if Mary says, hey, can I just have a ham sandwich? And the Greta's like, well, what can I just have SpaghettiOs? You're like, oh, well, now we're making 6 meals. Yeah, you're right. Different situations.
Totally different situations.
We're all in the same storm, but we're not in the same boat.
Don't forget, coming up Saturday, Ross and I are going to be playing in the Can Play Iowa wheelchair basketball game. Do we need to find a sixth? Have we found a sixth?
We're good to go. I think we're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've got our 6-man roster. I will verify our six. I'll put together some sort of text chain today and say, here we go. Squad.
Got me, you, Justin, Bill Blank.
I think Ken Payne might be playing with us. I need to check. He's either out of town. Eli is going to play.
Okay.
And then I think if our sixth, if we can't get us our sixth guy right now, Kemp, is Eli's buddy who plays for the Roosevelt basketball team.
How tall is Kemp?
They're tall. I mean, not like 6'7", but they're tall as Eli.
But Eli's got a nice wingspan to him, right?
And again, Eli's a wrestler. You wait till we get out there. You're going to see that's more important than being a basketball player.
I need it to be important. I need basketball to be important for like an hour. That's all. That's what we need basketball to be important.
I cannot wait to see you just sit under the offensive hoop calling for the ball.
I'm not playing defense. I'm not. Is it full court or is it half court?
It's full court.
Oh, yeah.
Travis, I'm telling you, it's not like you're going to walk out of there like, oh my God, my arms are burning. But it's a workout. I mean, the point of it is to show how difficult it is for kids that are stuck in wheelchairs all the time to get around and do normal stuff. That's the point of the fundraiser for Can Play. And you will play for a 3-minute quarter and get out of that chair and go, whoa. Again, wait. The other people that are doing it right and going up and down the court, they're going to have that experience. You're just going to be like, how come you guys didn't give me the ball?
I'm wide open for a layup, guys. I'm going to use the backboard. I'm not going to try to swish it.
It's difficult, dude. Shooting, very difficult. If you're going out there for the first time, if you happen to be a competitor, you got to get good shots at the rim. And again, use the backboard. It's a tough game. Fun.
Do we get time to warm up? Because, I'm going to sit behind the 3-point line to start launching.
Oh, my God.
Wrong approach?
No, you don't get a lot of time to warm up. I mean, again, they're churning and burning. You're going to sit down in a chair, and most of your time in before the game is going to be spent figuring out how to maneuver in the chair comfortably.
Well,
and then all of a sudden they're like, all right, here goes the game.
I'm going to protest right now. This has to be like me at the bowling alley where I've got just a slew of balls, right? And I go and pick one up and I put my fingers in it. And okay, there's a 14-pound ball. I want to make sure that I have my pick of wheelchair, right? So I want at least, 20 wheelchairs to be able to pick from.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
You were talking about bowling there, right?
Well, I'm sure, when I go to a bowling alley, I take time to pick up the bowling ball. I want to make sure that I have time to pick my proper wheelchair.
Yeah. Yeah, you put your fingers in several before you decide which one you want.
But tonight, big Monday, 8 o'clock tip. So it's going to be a little bit later. So you're all going to be up a little bit later watching this thing. And, opportunity for Iowa State to knock off the number one team in the Big 12 conference, get closer because it has 3 losses. Iowa State does in the Big 12. You have Arizona now with 2. Kansas has 3. Iowa State has 3. I think Texas Tech has 3. So there's a little bunch up there at 9-3 in the league. This thing's still open, though. This thing is still open. But do we put too much? I mean, when you look at the Big 12, winning the regular season would be phenomenal. But to me, it's still how far you go in the NCAA tournament. You could be Big 12 regular season champs, conference tournament champs.
I thought you were going to compare the regular season to the conference title. There, no doubt, Travis. And Iowa State fans, I think, have had that perspective all year long. Kind of like with Drake and you and I. Drake and you and I fans, and we'll get to that game in a bit, but they have to look at this entire season as none of this is fatal. We're setting ourselves up for Arch Madness and the right run to win that tournament and get to March. Iowa State fans all season long had to have that perspective of, all right, we're playing for a 1, 2, or 3 seed. And really all that we really should care about and where the biggest fish is is in that March frying pan. How well do we do? I mean, again, I was telling you, I was watching that NBA or the college basketball expert the other day, and they were rattling off teams, and they got to Iowa State, and he said Final Four. That's what the expectation is around the country. That's what the expectation is inside the Iowa State fan base. So I think that's what the perspective is. Now, so let's talk about what does winning the Big 12 regular season, because you still have Arizona coming up. So let's say you beat Houston tonight, which seems very possible. I can absolutely see this team going on the road and winning at Arizona. Is that a difficult game? Will they be the underdogs? Yes and yes. Could they win it? Yeah. Now, if you win both of those, I don't know how the tiebreaker.
You've got Texas Tech left. You've got Arizona left. You've got Houston left.
Texas Tech's a big one too, because they're the other 3-loss team, right?
Yeah. And they just beat Arizona.
How would the tiebreaker work with Kansas since they split? I don't know how that would work if both of those teams ended up as 3-loss teams. There's a lot of chips that would have to fall to get there. But my point is, I think if you're an Iowa State fan, you'd prefer, you saw this with the Houston game a couple years ago, you'd prefer to win the regular season. That's going to carry more weight for you with the committee than winning the Big 12
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Do both.
Easier said than done, but
you both have a 1 seed.
Yeah, if you win the regular season and you win the conference tournament, you're a 1 seed.
I mean, right now they're on the 2 line, and they're the number on the standings. They're number 4 in the Big 12 because they're behind Kansas. I don't know how that shakes up, and if that's just.
I think they just did alphabetical at that point.
Well, K it is. Never mind.
Yeah, you're right. Damn. Trav does not know how to do the alphabet in his head and spell things alphabetically.
I think you just did the same thing that I have to do. It doesn't matter what letters it is. I almost have to do the alphabet in my head. Which comes first, P or S?
Sit there and do it.
Yeah, right.
Rattle it off.
Right. Just have to carry the 3.
You brought up the Drake UNI game. Ooh.
Yeah.
Drake's lost 6 in a row. Tough loss for the Bulldogs. Good win for the Panthers. Very good win for the Panthers.
Yeah, Justin was there, and we'll have him on in an hour to chat with us. And that was his first experience at the McLeod Center.
Oh, he went to the game itself?
He was planning on it. I guess I haven't checked with him all weekend to make sure he did, but I need to see. I'm pretty sure he was up there. So we'll get the insider's view and from a Drake fan's perspective. But yeah, dude, tough loss for Drake, another one. And for UNI, I think, like we talked about earlier, really nice win. Really nice win. Do you look at that as we did what we're supposed to do to a bad team?
UNI's been playing better. Remember, they went through a tough stretch. UNI's playing better basketball. I think UNI's getting back to what we thought UNI was going to do. They shot the ball really well. They shot 54.4% from the field. They were 12 of 29 from 3-point line. What Drake can't have happen, listen, you like to look at your bench and go, hey, we got some scoring power here. But 42 of the 62 Drake points came from the bench. You need your starters to produce more than 20 points a game.
Wow.
Yeah. You need a little more production than that. But growing pains. And again, I hope Drake fans aren't getting down.
I think that, boy, we got like my buddy Nick McCarger. I should reach out to Nick. He's one of the most passionate Drake fans I see on Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that. Fellow realtor, his guy I've done business. He's really, really good dude. He used to help us out for the Friday night thing. I wonder how they're feeling, because in my head, as an outsider, I would say this has been a slow walk to the feeling that you should be feeling right now, which is like, okay, give this time. We're not great this year. Hendo's obvious. When you hear that stat, Travis, of the bench outscoring the starters that way, you've still got things you're figuring out in the chemistry of that team and how to best put these parts all together and get it moving. The bad thing, man, in 2026, you just don't get a lot of time. Even at a place like Drake, the expectations have changed.
I think every place in the country expects wins today, and they expect greatness today. It can happen at some programs. You can strike gold your first time out, but I still think it takes time. And we're going to talk about Iowa in hour number 2, but saw a lot of criticism of Ben McCollum over the weekend after getting drilled at home by Purdue. Fair or not fair, what happened was our expectation after a pretty good start to the season changed for Iowa, and you start going, okay, well, once your expectation changes, if you fall below that expectation, that's where criticism starts. If you're looking for a new home, you're going to need a loan to go with that new home. Gary Presnell is the mortgage banker you need to call with Northwest Bank, financing residential homes for the past 25 years. Gary offers VA, FHA, and IFA first-time buyer loans, conventional and new construction loans, and all approvals are done locally by Northwest Bank. Gary's so good, he can get you approved in 30 minutes or less, and it can happen after hours or on the weekends. He's the state of Iowa's top-producing mortgage banker of the past 8 years. Give him a call today at 515-975-6767. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
More Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Flowers and chocolates are nice, but what they really want this year is a new Nissan from Willis Nissan. Right now, get 0% APR on Rogue, Murano, and our remaining 2025 Pathfinders. And just arrived, the refreshed 2026 Pathfinder with updated styling and new advanced tech. In stock and going fast. February savings won't last. Come see us today at Willis Nissan or check out our inventory at willisnissan.com.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Land Rover of Des Moines, up to $5,000 off remaining 2025 models with fresh Land Rover inventory arriving weekly. Check out Land Rover of Des Moines today or start your search at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the rushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, give this channel a subscription, give the video a like, and start leaving your comments in the comments section. Follow us on our social media channels, and always, always, always call the show at 515-517-2303. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson.
Hey. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Olympic fever bit you yet? Have you been grabbed on by Olympic?
I was actually going to put a poll on X last night just to say, have you watched the Olympics? Because, Ross, with the exception of being at a restaurant, in a bar, I have not tuned in to any of the Olympic coverage. I've just happened to see events on TV, went out and about. I have not taken the time to sit and watch the Olympics. This is a broken record with me. We've been talking about this. See, we've been together for 16 years. Every 4 years when an Olympic comes up, or really every 2 years, because the Summer Olympics and the Winter Olympics are scattered now. I'm just not an Olympic guy. Just not.
I enjoy it like an ironic way, kind of like curling. You know what I mean? Like I get what's happening. I haven't watched curling. You watch like the highlights of curling, which last seconds. No, not hasn't grabbed onto me either. The ice skating thing is so, like last night we're watching, and it was on a couple different TVs down at Buzzard Billy's. And so Eli and I are watching the bobsled, but on the other TV was the ice skating. I do enjoy the speed skating on the short track where it feels like Daytona, right? Where you're like, they're just going to crash. The winner's going to be the dude that stays on his skates at some point, or gal. Those are fun. I think that those are kind of fun to watch too. But the ice skating is funny to me. Incredible athletes, man. I can't even ice skate. They're incredible athletes. They're out there doing insane gymnastics on the skates, but it's how serious they all take it.
Well, it's their sport, right?
They get out there in their dramatic clothing, and they're like, the music starts, and they're all. I don't know why it's funny to me. It's like,
yeah, I'm trying to think. I might want to watch hockey as we get closer to the medal round.
Okay,
but I say that, but I probably won't. I wasn't always like this. I would say in my 20s and my 30s, I was probably more interested in it.
Me too.
But I don't know why I'm really not that. It would be interesting, and I haven't seen any TV ratings for it. And the time shift is a little bit different too, right? Because they're 7 hours ahead in Italy, maybe 6 hours trying to figure. I better figure it. I'm going to be there next week. But yeah, it's maybe it's the time thing. I don't know.
How about so transitioning to basketball with this? I don't think it's a time thing. I really don't, Trav. I'm not trying to be all deep and meta. It's something bigger. It's something because the same thing has happened with other things, like we've talked about the Heisman Trophy, like the dunk contest. Did you know that the NBA dunk contest happened over the weekend?
Well, I did, only because they were talking about what a debacle it was. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the All-Star game. Now, from all reports coming back, unless it's just mouthpiece of the NBA saying the All-Star game was actually, they were really worried because Saturday was a disaster with the dunk contest. They said the game or games or whatever you want to look at it was better, but no, I kind of ignored All-Star weekend.
And man, remember when the dunk contest was like, I remember getting with my buddies. It was like the home run derby used to be. It was an event. You and your friends planned your weekend around sitting down to watch the NBA dunk contest. And that was when I was 12, 13, 14. The Olympics used to really matter to me. The dunk contest used to be something that And then I saw the highlights of it this weekend. And again, like you, the only thing I saw were punchlines. The only thing I saw were highlights that were like, can you believe what's happened with the dunk contest? We used to get Spud Webb, Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan launching. And this was just guys going up and they have some neat things. Did you see?
Yeah, the one kid that sat out that could have gone for 4 straight dunk contests, but he's like, I'm going to focus on my NBA career. I'm on a 2-way contract right now, and I need to focus.
I mean, Mac McClung has been, he's been doing that. He's been a G League player for the entire career, and then they bring him up to win the slam dunk contest.
There was a story on him on ESPN this morning. His mom's talking about, he's more than an internet sensation. Well, is he? I'm glad you want him to be an NBA player, but he's on a 2-way contract with the Bulls. And why not embrace the fame that comes with being a dunker? Embrace the fame that comes with being an internet sensation. You can play your ass off. You're doing the best you can, but it's not like you're earning a full-time spot on an NBA roster. Get your name out there even more.
I didn't know. Brett says that other players said they were going to withdraw if he was going to be in it.
So you're that good. You're that good of a dunker that the NBA greats would say, hey.
The guy that you can see down there with the Iowa Wolves. Mike writes and says McClung dropped 40 when they were in town to play the Wolves. Just can't get that, can't transition it to and hasn't been able to for years. But so I don't blame him for. And again, if the NBA came to him and said, hey, you're the reason this thing's boring and nobody watches. We need you to, I'm not saying that I said that, but anyway, I just think that's things change. Our interest levels change and stuff. I don't know if do we get sick of stuff or tired of stuff. And maybe this will all change, Travis. Like somebody wrote that the Olympic ratings are actually up from previous Olympics. And like you said, maybe as this thing goes on, if you're already thinking about hockey, maybe something will grab us and we'll watch it before.
And I'm not disputing the fact that the numbers are up for the Olympics, but it kind of surprises me.
Yeah.
And just hear me out. And I guess I'd like to know how you're measuring those. Is it true TV ratings or is it total view ratings? Because now we have so many different avenues to watch the Olympics, from apps to, so
readily available stuff.
And I would say that could be the reason the home run contest has declined, the dunk contest has declined, is that when you have information, highlights, and everything at the tip of your fingers, and instantaneously, they are almost always on the internet. Go back when you were talking about the dunk contest that we remember. Well, we had to wait till SportsCenter at night to see any type of highlights. You couldn't watch dunk over dunk over dunk, and it was like something special. Like, hey, these all now. It's out there. Oh my God! Within like 30 seconds after it happens.
That's a good point. You don't have to go seek this stuff out. It comes to you.
Yes.
You don't have to watch the Olympics live. The dude that went down the moguls backwards. Did you see that?
I did.
That won. Oh my gosh, it's insane. Guy wins a race going down the moguls, Trav, and when they hit the second jump, he lands and gets turned backwards and has to go through the last several moguls backwards.
At the same speed?
And still crosses the finish line in front of his competitor. I would have never seen that if it were not for this world that you're talking about, right? I mean, maybe on SportsCenter it would have been like, oh yeah, by the way, top 10 plays. But I'm scrolling through my phone the other day and it's like, oh, geez, look at that. Came to me.
The Iowa Hawkeyes lost to Purdue over the weekend. Back-to-back losses for the Hawkeyes. They got beat 78-57. Saw a lot of people criticizing Ben McCullum. And I'm like, oh, this is a matter of expectations, right? In that because you have 18 wins on the season, the expectation for this team had changed. And now you see, wow, they've got 4 starters from Drake. Iowa's still a pretty darn good basketball team. You asked me before you got a chance to look, you go, they a bubble team? I said, absolutely not. They're still, I said an 8-9 seed, and you got on bracketology real quick and looked at that 8 seed. Not saying they couldn't fall to the bubble as this thing goes along, but they're still pretty entrenched, I believe, in the NCAA tournament. We got to remember, and even though they gave Purdue one hell of a game the first time around, Purdue was ranked number 1 for a good portion of the beginning of the season. Purdue is a really good basketball team.
We watched Iowa State beat the pants off them. We watched Iowa play with them till the final couple minutes. You're right, Trav. That was, and Iowa State had a bad week.
Lost 3 in a row.
Iowa is not nearly as talented as Iowa State as we've seen throughout the year. Yeah, it's not nearly as talented as we've seen Iowa State throughout the year. And I think this has been a bad week. The loss to Maryland there's no other way to say it. It's a bad loss. I know you're on the road. It's a bad loss to a bad team. And I think that was, Travis, you're dealing with 2 expectations that kind of compounded on each other. The one is the thing that's changed over the year, evolved, is how good this team is. We realize this team's not hoped.
How good this team has been at times.
Right. And now all of a sudden you get that bad loss and you come back from that with a really bad performance.
And I think that's the big thing, Ross, is that losing in a bad way against Purdue, I think most people can handle it. It's like, this is how you're playing coming off your worst loss of the season.
Yeah.
That we thought there'd be more there, like a pissed off attitude, like, hey, we're not going to stand for and put up a little bit better of a fight.
We got to have more production out of just one guy. Can't depend on one dude to win these Big Ten games against good Big Ten teams. You can't depend on one guy to win against bad Big Ten teams, as we saw against Maryland. So I think that's why. And again, I don't think the criticism of McCollum is necessary. I don't think anybody's turning the heat up or anything like that.
No. But
and I didn't. Not that you tried to. But there's got to be more production than just from Sturtz. Not only is he the only one in double figures, Trav, he's the only one that Banks had what was he, 3 for 8 on the day?
Yeah, 3 for 8.
9 points, and 3 of them come from the line. Just got beat by a really good basketball team. And that's, I think, the fear for Hawkeye fans is you want to show that you can at least compete with these really good basketball teams.
I mean, Purdue's 21-4.
They're one of the really good basketball teams in the country. You said they were the number 1 team in the country, and they were deserving of that. But you want to be able to play with teams like that, and this shows that gap, and you go, I hope we were closer.
515-517-2303. Let's go to the phones. That's where Mitch is. Mitch, welcome to the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. What's going on, Mitch?
Morning, guys. I just wanted to say thank you for the diamond earrings. They went over really well.
Yeah, Mitch is our winner from the Fiscus. Yeah, you.
Did you read your story to her?
I had to be honest with her and tell her how she won them.
Okay.
So
good idea.
It still went well, and there was, we still were able to get some hooga chaka later.
Yeah. I can't stop this feeling.
Just so you know, Mitch, you have affected that song
of me.
For all of our listeners for all of time. Every time that song comes on, hooga chaka hooga. Guys are going to look at their girls and go,
well,
hey.
Thunderstruck is now ruined for me too. So
you've been well, I'm glad
she loved
she
the
liked
earrings,
it.
And our daughter, when she saw the box, she thought they should be for her. So even though she did help earn them for sure.
Oh man,
love it.
I asked you to send some photos. I know you haven't done that yet, but if you did take some photos, we'd like to just post them on the socials.
Mitch, I almost replied to that email, and because it again, it's one of those things. I love Travis to death. Maybe I just have the wrong impression of Travis, or maybe I do know him too well.
Or maybe Fiscus would like to have their stuff shown.
I'm going to talk about your email, because your email came dangerously close to basically saying, "Hey, Mitch, when you're doing the ooga chugga, send us a photo."
Oh, I didn't mean
it was
that.
dangerously close, because it was like, "Hey, hope you enjoy it. Hope it works out for you, and send us a photo." And I'm like, I almost sent, and clarification, photo of the earrings.
I have a nice picture of her wearing them. She wouldn't let me send you pictures of her when I first gave them to her because she had just woken up that morning.
Oh.
But no, I'll get you guys a nice picture, and I will point out to all the other people from the Morning Rush family. I went in and got to meet Noel and his son Jonathan, and man, those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
And I did talk to them about what they could do for custom jewelry, and we'll be celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year. So I'm already planning on going back in there and supporting Fiskus Jewelers for that. So they're pretty awesome.
Fantastic dudes, fun to talk to about anything. Locally owned and operated. Your money's staying here. They can get you stuff. I mean, I hate to say cheaper is another word, less expensive. You save money. You keep it here in town. They are.
I do have
very
an
cool
Ooga Chukka question. Will your daughter be 10 before the 10-year anniversary?
No,
Okay.
she's only 5. So.
Oh, okay. All right, Mitch. Congratulations, man. Thanks for giving us a call.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep. Have a good day, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, good day to
Of
you.
course.
Have a great week.
You were talking about Fiskus. It's a local full-service jeweler in Ankeny at 1701 Southeast Delaware. Custom design, engagement and bridal rings, repairs, appraisals. So start your design today at fiskusjewelers.com. You will not be disappointed. What's the next thing we can do with Noel Fiskus? We've had
We'll figure that
Christmas.
out.
Yeah.
Mother's Day. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Oh, Mother's Day. There's a good one. I'd say we got to do something for the dudes, but 95% of our audience is guys, so they'd be
guys.
They'd be picking out for themselves. So next up for Iowa is going to be Nebraska. You got Iowa State, Houston tonight. You got Iowa, Nebraska tomorrow night. That's going to be at Carver Hawkeye. I'm not going to say that Iowa's going to win that game. I just want Iowa to look better than what they did against Maryland and better than what they did against Purdue.
Travis, this is why that one of those conversations that you kind of talked about in that Iowa conversation was that bubble talk. Okay, because we saw this about a week ago. We looked at it, said, "Hey, the end of this Hawkeye schedule has some gauntlet feel to it. You're not playing the number 1 team in the country on the road like Iowa State." But you've got Michigan at home. You got 2 games with Nebraska, who's been really good. Now might be the time to catch them. We'll see. But Travis, back-to-back losses in bad fashion, a bad loss to Maryland, and then getting your butt kicked to one of the really good teams. Lose tonight, 3 in a row.
Lose tomorrow, you mean? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Lose tomorrow. That's 3 in a row, and you've still got. Got to play at Wisconsin, got to play at Penn State, Michigan at home, and at Nebraska. I think the Hawkeyes are fine. They could absolutely play themselves back into that bubble conversation. We might be having a conversation here in a couple weeks of like,
That's
let's remember what our preseason expectations were, because this is right where we thought it was going to end up, which sucks because just a couple weeks ago, we're like, holy cow. Look at this top 25 team, not playing like a top 20, not playing like a top 35 team right now. I don't think they're playing like a top 65 team, which is what you got. I mean, you're gonna have to play yourself that far down in order to get to that bubble conversation. But does the schedule allow for that? If you don't right the ship quick, have to play well tomorrow night. That's a home game against Nebraska. You lose back-to-back home games. I don't care what the rankings are. That's not a good look and not a good feel.
I'm going to take it a step further and almost a guarantee off of what I don't disagree with what you're saying. Could you play yourself onto a bubble? Probably. I would say if they beat Nebraska tomorrow, they're in.
That's a good point.
That would be a top 10 win. That would put them in.
That's a good point.
I think anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right, because I think that you've got some wins there with Wisconsin, Ohio State, and Penn State. But you lost to Maryland. You've shown that you can lose to those teams that you should beat. So it's This sucks to be back in that wait and see feeling.
That Wisconsin win's looking really good. Wisconsin, the only team in the country with 3 wins over top 10 teams this year.
Really?
Yeah. They just beat the crap out of Michigan State? We'll talk about it more tomorrow, but I wonder what it's like for Price Sanford to be coming back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. I mean, with the year he's having for Nebraska. Nebraska would not be Nebraska this year without Price Sanford.
Yeah.
And the dude is flat out playing incredible basketball.
So I would think that it's that feeling of like, I'm coming for you. I mean, look how the McCaffreys feel about Iowa. I think that there's got to be even though very few of the people are actually remaining, you're still coming back to the black and gold. You're still coming back to this. I don't know. I would think they grew up Hawkeye fans. He grew up cheering for his brother and was going to go. Like, there's probably a soft spot in the heart, but I guarantee it's that competitive feeling of can't wait to beat you.
I mean, Ben McCollum wanted him to stay, right? I mean, he made a push for all those guys, Josh Dix, Price Sanford. It was one of those things, hey, my coach is gone. I'm going to test the waters. Freddie shows up and says, look at all this cash. Look at all this cash.
Do Hawkeye fans give him an extra special love or hate?
That's a good question.
That's
a really good question. There's no reason to hate this. There's no reason to hate Price Sanford, but only that you're not wearing my colors anymore. There's no reason to.
Tyler says, he says, just better be straight booze for 40 minutes. Hate. Tyler's doubling down on it. If you got a chance, Tyler, call in. I'd love to chat. I'd love to talk to you about that because I get it. Yeah, this is what fans do. This is what fans do. It's not like there's nothing to dive into there. Why do you hate Price Sanford? Because he doesn't play for my team.
Well, and
he used to when he left.
It's what you said all along is that fans love the colors. They don't want you to go anywhere. They want you to love the colors like they do. Players today, it's a transactional business done by people, meaning if the coach that recruited you and you played for leaves, you're like, well, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I don't know if this is where I want to be. I don't like it, but I've learned to accept it. Is that a good way to put it? I wish.
You nailed so many things there. You said so many things there that were so good. It's transactional for these players. The first thing you said is the most is profound. We want them to love it the way we love it. We want them to pick the colors because, damn it, don't they know how great the campus is? And don't they know how wonderful the people are? Don't they know that we do it the right way? Doesn't matter who we is. You can fill in anybody on we. Don't they know that this is the place? This is the special place. We are the specials. Every place says that and does that. And then if you get somebody that shows up and goes, hey, I picked you guys because you're the specials. And that makes us go, yay!
Humphrey Bogart 45. Nice name, by the way. Says if you leave a team strictly for money, I cannot find a reason for cheering for you. Okay, Humphrey, I'm gonna counter that. What if you pick a team strictly for money? Meaning you come in as a freshman, but the only reason you picked it is because they had the highest number. Are you still going to root for them? Yes, because they're wearing your colors.
What if a guy leaves a team and comes to your team strictly
for money?
We find the ways to make the mental gymnastics to justify it. We find the ways. We go, that guy, he wasn't built the Ferentz way. He wasn't a Cyclone forever true. I knew it. That I looked into his soul and saw he didn't have that love for it the way I do. And then he got all greedy and he left. what if whatever you do for a living, a competing company called you and said, hey, do you want to double your salary?
Oh, it happens. And I say no. And in two things with me. One, when I took this job that I currently have 16 years ago, I went to work for one of my best friends. I'm loyal to a fault, and I will be loyal. And I also said, if I'm going, I work in construction now, right? Now I do marketing and business development, but my next job is going to be out of that business totally. I'm loyal to the people I work for. And yes, I've had opportunity construction is a very, very competitive field right now. I had a recruiter call me the other day. Recruiters call all the time. They reach out on LinkedIn. They call your phone. Are you interested? No, I'm not. And they look at you, they say, you're not interested in this? Listen, that doesn't motivate me. I like where I work. We have a good culture. That's what I like, the people I work with. Plus, I don't want to start over. At least I have a name where I'm at. If I go to Las Vegas or Portland, where they call from, they don't know who I am in Las Vegas or Portland.
Travis, so you're touching on something here that a few of the people in the chat have mentioned here with the Sanford thing. Because you say, if I left, it would be way out of the field that I'm in. Scott said, if Sanford had left for anywhere else, people would be fine. It's leaving for a rival that brings the hate. And Tyler said, literally, anywhere else. Virginia wrote in and said, if Sanford went somewhere else, not in the Big Ten, I would care a lot less.
I don't think you would. I don't think you would have cared he went to Nebraska if Nebraska would suck right now.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a solid point.
If he would have gone to Penn State, you would. You're right, because they suck.
Do we give a shit that Owen Freeman went?
No, because Owen Freeman's
not playing well.
Not playing well. And Creighton's not very good. Josh Dix is having an okay season, but Creighton's not going to make the NCAA tournament. They have a losing record, so you're like, well, they weren't good enough to be Hawkeyes anyway.
But if Creighton played at Carver Hawkeye Arena, they'd get the same treatment that Price Sanford's going to get tonight, whatever that is. And again, I don't fault fans for feeling that way. Casey says Owen Freeman's not playing at all.
Casey, he started the other night.
Oh, did he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I don't look at the Creighton box scores. Okay.
Yeah, he started for the first time in a long time.
Yeah,
long time. Now he's had a bunch of injuries. It's just, and he's been open about it. He's talked about it. It'd be interesting to see if he's at Creighton next year. If he just says, "Hey, I need a fresh start," because I think he's got one more year left after that. Everybody, refresh your home with floors that you're going to love. Iowa Floor Covering offers beautiful hardwood, waterproof luxury vinyl, carpet, and tile for every room. Stop by their Bondurant showroom or go to iowafloorcovering.com for a free quote.
Trav, real quick about those guys. Technology changes a lot of businesses really fast. Flooring is one of those. And you can really update your house for a lot less than you're thinking. With some the new stuff that they've come out with, and Iowa, they can walk you through the whole thing at their showroom in Bondurant. Fantastic folks and really good products there.
Good to have you along this morning on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Hey folks, it's tax time. Why let that refund sit in your pocket when you can upgrade your ride? Head to Willis Chevrolet of Granger for our tax time sales event. We've got over 100 vehicles in inventory ready to roll. Up to $5,000 off the popular Traverse. Score special APR rates including 1.9% on Silverados. And don't miss our selection of budget-friendly Trax and Trailblazers in stock now. Come in today to Willis Chevrolet of Granger or visit us online at willischevy.com.
Hey, Tanner with Liberty Lawn and Landscape here. It may be chilly now, but before you know it, spring will be here. We are now booking for spring, so get a hold of us to schedule your next project today. Serving the Des Moines Metro, we specialize in a variety of services such as retaining walls, paver patios, edging and rocking, and much more. Now offering 3D renderings to show you exactly how your project will look before beginning. Liberty is proudly veteran-owned and ready to serve you today.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiskus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiskus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Largest selection of German beer in the world, you'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbock to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. Whoop. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Zach here, your favorite Willis Infinity Service Advisor. Get your car the Valentine's Day gift it deserves. Buy 3 tires and get the 4th one free, plus take $25 off a new battery. When you come in for service, we will include a free alignment check. Schedule online at willisinfinity.com.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
All right, mark this date down. Saturday, February 27th. You're going to want to be at Wells Fargo Arena because that's when the Iowa Wolves are going to be playing, and the Iowa Lottery is going to be there. They're going to have a table up near the north entrance as well as on the main floor. So come get your lottery tickets and spin the prize wheel with a purchase. And don't forget, their Wolves promotion is still going on. Get your non-winning Cash Frenzy tickets, scratch tickets, entered before March 3rd for your chance to win Iowa Wolves tickets or even a VIP experience to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Check it out at the Iowa Lottery.
Trav, what was that date again at the beginning of that read? I'm so sorry.
February 27th. It's a Saturday.
February 27th is a Friday.
Okay, hold on. It says Saturday. And you are right because it says Saturday. This is what happens when I read the script, right? I just read directly from the script. So I'll get clarification.
What's the Ron Burgundy? What do they get him to say in this?
And go fuck yourself, San Diego.
That was good. I feel like we nailed that. Good job, everybody.
And you're looking at, and I should have known because I arrive in Italy on the 26th, which is my wife's birthday, and that's a Thursday. And I should have known that that's a Friday.
Oh,
I just read the script.
Thing on my, okay. Again, I caught that. I was like, well, wait a minute. That doesn't feel because
what's impressive to me is that you knew that was a Friday anyway, because I don't know what tomorrow is. I know tomorrow's Tuesday, but I wake up and go, oh, what? This is why every day on the show sheet, I handwrite the date because I need to know what the date is.
Again, dude, don't feel bad about it. We just had a conversation the first hour about how I wrote down a grocery list and didn't for 5 items and didn't get all 5 items. Missed 2 of them. So it's okay.
Oh, and I apologize. And thank you, Charlie, for putting this out. And I apologize to Chris Conley. It is the Casey Center.
Did you say I didn't even know that
Yeah, I
part?
said the old one.
Because you said the date and my brain froze on that. I was like 27.
It is the
Wait,
Casey Center. That's the first time I think I've done that.
I feel like I've done a pretty good job of that transition.
Yeah.
I mean, I still say Sec Taylor. If I'm going to an iCubs game, I still say to people, hey, you want to go down to Sec Taylor? And then it's like Principal Park. I feel like the Casey Center was one that I've made the transition. Maybe it's because you drive past it. And it's like it's constant.
So well.
Maybe that's why it's easier for me. You don't see it every day like I do. It's been a much better transition, and I'll be honest. I like Iowa companies. I like Iowa. I like it being Casey's a lot better.
The chat needs to know why Dude in Iowa is banned. I have not banned anybody from the chat. I have never banned anybody from the chat.
No idea.
I have no idea. What you're talking about.
That is shock. We need to figure that out because we loved that guy. Hell, he's the guy that we were searching obituaries for early in the program. Remember that?
I'll go through after the show and see if anybody's banned.
How do you even go about banning?
If you see those three little dots.
Oh my God! Can we find out if people have been banned?
Yeah, we should be able to. I can go into the YouTube, but I don't think anybody's been banned. I haven't banned anybody.
Neither have I. And if it did happen, it was a complete act. Oh well, he was a fun guy. You promised that didn't happen on.
Has he said he's been banned?
Someone said he was. I don't know. I didn't see that. I guess now that you said it, I haven't seen him comment in a while. But
yeah, maybe he did a self-imposed ban.
See, I think Tyler's right. I think he's down in the villages, hanging loofahs. Yep, he's hanging loofahs and planting penguins. If you know what
Reverend, he mistakenly blocked. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think so.
He says Rev says he messaged him and he's blocked. That sounds crazy. All right, we'll figure that out. We'll try to figure out how to unblock people or how you find a list of people you've blocked or I can no idea.
You it wasn't Ross, and I can promise you it wasn't me.
If it was me, it was completely by accident. All right.
I not once have I looked at the chat on YouTube and thought, boy, I'm going to ban somebody.
Yeah.
Never. If you don't like us, that's fine. It doesn't bother me any. And the truth is, you're not going to like me. You're going to love Ross because everybody loves Ross.
Ross doesn't like Ross a lot of times. I got to be honest with you.
You watch the Daytona 500 yesterday?
I did a little bit. So yeah, actually, that's not only did we have BLTs with Dad, that was one of the fun things. Got to watch the beginning of the 500, and then what a fantastic end to that race. I didn't stay and watch the entire thing. Watched the beginning of it, took a little nap, and then came back and watched the end.
Watched the last lap. A couple things happened, especially that last lap. I'm so glad that NASCAR didn't throw the yellow flag. Because there was a crash pretty early on the white flag, right? And you're like, are they going to throw the yellow? They didn't throw the yellow, and then they just let them race it out for that last lap. And credit Tyler Reddick, who did a phenomenal piece of driving. Never led the entire 500, but he crossed the finish line as your Daytona 500 winner. He went high, and he was gaining speed. He then went low. And you're like, wow, what a piece of driving. What a piece of driving. I kind of feel sorry for Tyler Reddick.
Why is that? Because Michael Jordan's the headline?
Yes. The dude just won the Daytona 500. Yeah. And everybody's like, Michael Jordan won the Daytona 500. Michael Jordan. I mean, Michael Jordan was there celebrating. Michael Jordan's the one lifting up the trophy with Reddick. You're like, oh, man. Michael's enjoying this.
I mean, that's
he's a competitor, though.
And, that's how team ownership and car ownership works. This is not a Jerry Jones situation, right? Where you're like, oh my gosh, why is the owner down there? That's pretty common for them all to celebrate as a team like that. but Michael Jordan's the most obvious face and recognizable face. And that's funny. As soon as you said, I feel sorry for Tyler Reddick, I should have been able to fill that in my head of like, yeah, because every headline is Michael Jordan. I mean, the headline on ESPN is Tyler Reddick wins Daytona 500 in a car owned by Michael Jordan. It's just shoehorn his name in.
When you drive for Michael Jordan, just know that you're joined at the hip with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's got a jump man on his shoulder. You can get away from it. Fantastic race. I couldn't agree more. I'm glad that they let him, once the white flag flew, if you haven't seen it, they are not even into turn one. They're three. Yeah, it's a fantastic race. You know, that's early on in the race. And my dad, who's a huge racing fan, and has my entire life. Dad used to race and build stock cars, and so he loves NASCAR. I grew up in a Dale Earnhardt house. I think I've told you, we had a black Lumina.
With a number 3 on the side.
I'm
Ross
lucky.
going down the road with the number 3.
We were that close to having that red 3 on the side of that black Lumina.
Kids, I'm going to the graphics store today. What are you getting, Dad? I'm getting a 3.
Yeah. We were probably this close. We were this close to having the Intimidator license plate. You know what I mean, Dad?
Yep.
I'm glad he didn't.
Know exactly what you're talking about. I think a lot of people had some version of that.
Yeah. And so he was upset yesterday. Not upset. We're watching it, and he's like, "Man, I don't like what Daytona has become." He says, "You watch these 3 lines of cars race, sometimes 2 lines of cars. They race side by side. Every car is going the exact same speed, and then every once in a while, one of those lines starts to gain a little bit of pace, and they move a little bit faster. It's like it just isn't the back and forth like we saw on that final lap." When you talk about how amazing of a driving performance that is by Tyler Reddick, and that when you go to a dirt track, and it's just the way the race is. They're all designed to stay in, get to the finish line, man.
Get in their draft.
Get in the draft, race the race, and take it. And it just is frustrating for a guy that used to watch Cale Yarborough slam into dudes on lap 7. It's hard for a guy like that was an Intimidator fan to go, oh, okay, everybody just plays the game together, and they move the line along. But it was a fun race at the end.
It was fun. They go to the in-car shot of Tyler Reddick. I'm like, how do you even drive that car? I mean, he's like back in it. You can't move your head left or right. I mean, that would be an uncomfortable ride for that long. Of the mental stamina you need to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. You train your body for it though, Trav.
You do.
That people, you don't pick up a golf club at 20 and join the PGA. You don't start driving at 16 and get to NASCAR. That's a comfortable position for him because he's been doing it for 30 of his 28 years. Like, longer than he's been alive, he's been driving.
You know, Frank points out, I do got to point this out, that they don't even mention that Denny Hamlin is part owner, and it's kind of funny. Well, because it's Michael frickin' Jordan.
I didn't see a lot of the, oh man, the dude that just won a lawsuit against NASCAR.
That's a good point. Do you think NASCAR is happy that Michael Jordan won the Daytona 500? Yeah, they are, because it's Michael Jordan. You're like, oh, this is why we want Michael Jordan in NASCAR.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin, first guy to finish 31st in a race and win it.
Oh, man. Be interesting to talk to Michael and go, how does that rate, after everything you've been through with NASCAR and how competitive you are, where does that championship rate compared to your NBA championships? Because they're different, but I guarantee.
But just look at his reactions of them. That's great.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, I don't think I saw Michael celebrate this. The one time was the year after his dad died and he won the NBA title. And he's holding on to that trophy, you know, and he's crying. And you're like, that's emotion. Yesterday, I'm like, Michael feels like he just won the NBA championship.
Better. Trav, oh my gosh. You look back, you think back on when they won the NBA title, it was relief. It was like, okay, we did it. We did that thing we were supposed to do. Yesterday was like, I mean, he's almost jumping in the air and pumping the fist in Craig Elo's face. Remember? That's how pumped up he was yesterday. That is a really good point. Like yesterday, you could see the excitement on his face in that celebration. Huh. Wonder what he'd say.
He's like, this one feels really good because I've poured a lot of money into this.
They always say
a lot of money.
The first one feels the best too, right?
Driftless Highland says Reddit is blowing up with Jordan and his actions during the trophy presentation.
Yeah, did you see that? Have you seen this thing of you know what they're talking about here?
Well, I saw the trophy celebration. I saw was like he went in and it's like grabbing it and holding it up and holding it with Reddick.
The one you've seen, yep, he's kind of on the left side of the screen facing the camera. Yep. Okay. Yep. So the other one is towards the end of the trophy presentation. There is a young boy that's standing there celebrating as well. He's obviously one of the team members' kids. I don't know who it is. And Jordan's like patting him on the back and then kind of like patting his butt and like pinching his butt. It seems like I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. I saw it. I was like, it seems very playful, but dude, we live in a
every action's going to
be
viewed,
and I'm okay with people overreacting to the creepy right now because. So I didn't watch it enough. I don't know anything about who the kid is or what was happening. I saw somebody like, hey, they had been somebody dumped water on them. And maybe he's trying, or I don't know. But we live in a weird world.
There is a basketball game this afternoon or this morning. I was going to be at Nebraska for the women's outing. That's going to be an 11 o'clock start. Ross, it was really weird. Friday, I was sitting in my office and my phone rang. And I'm like, I don't know this number. And it was my best friend from high school. I haven't talked to him in 34 years.
No way.
Yeah.
Good news?
Yeah, because he's like, hey, can you tell me where to go in Lincoln? My wife and I are driving over they live in Washington, Iowa, which is just south of Iowa City.
It's Washington, but go ahead.
And he just wanted some places to go because they were going over to spend the night. And I hadn't talked to him in over 30 years. And we talked for almost 45 minutes.
Very cool. That's really cool, man.
I can't really tell you where to go because ever since I stopped being on television, I stopped going to Lincoln because I don't really particularly care for Lincoln. So I said, if you want to know where to go in Omaha, I can help you out. Because now we're spending the night in Lincoln. I said, I can't help you.
Did it feel at all like a conversation from Grosse Point Blank? At no point in the conversation did you go, 40 years, man! 40 years!
I felt like doing that. But it was a good catch up. Found out where, his mom and dad are still with us. I go, hey, I go, this is going to sound like a weird question. Your mom and dad still alive? Yeah, they're down in Arizona.
This is the conversation from Grosse Point Blank.
It was a good conversation.
So you get good dental with that?
Majorly underappreciated movie is Grosse Point Blank.
I completely agree on several levels.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring in Justin. What's going on, Justin?
Not much. Grosse Point Blank, very good movie. You guys recommended it to me.
Yeah. Great soundtrack.
2 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the soundtrack, and that's fantastic.
Yeah. Fabulous soundtrack.
You asshole.
Baby, come on home. I got a blister in the sun.
Did you say I got a blister in the sun? Is that what
you something like that? I think I did, yeah.
Close.
Besides that, what have we screwed up today?
Well, with the Drake UNI game, yes, on the box score, they scored, 42 bench points. Jalen Quinn, for the second game this year, came off the bench. He wasn't a starter.
Okay.
He scored 20. So
Okay,
that
that's
changes
fair.
it drastically. But yeah,
Your
same.
top scorers coming off the bench. But Justin, so is that a situation of Hendo's just trying to figure out the chemistry and the best way that this machine needs to be oiled to work right?
Well, so he said it in the press conference of like, yeah, we needed a spark. But then he also said like the energy and the emotion of our team hasn't been there for the last six games.
Hence they lost 6 in a row.
that sounds very familiar when I asked him on my show, like, hey, why didn't Jalen Quinn play at all in the first half against Evansville? That's the only other game that he didn't start. And he kind of mentioned like energy, mentality. He crossed a line. And I've noticed it from a fan's perspective. He really struggles with the mental aspect. Like if he's not getting the calls right, or if the refs aren't giving him the calls, his game changes. And he's a terrific offensive player, very athletic, talented. I think he struggles with the 5-man game. It feels very 1v5. And so this whole team, chocked full of really athletic players. They're Division I athletes for a reason. But there's that fit that we talk about all the time is not there.
Berger makes a good point. It's been over 20 games. If you ain't got it figured out yet.
And that's the thing of like, there comes a time of the year. And like, I'm with you guys at no point questioning if Hendo's a good hire or not. Like, give him time. He has proven to be a great recruiter. One of his best recruits is getting $750,000 over there at Purdue right now. Like, he can recruit top talented players. It's just, it comes a time with any team where you just have to kind of accept who you are. And about early January, mid-January, I just accepted that this is a bottom tier Valley team. They can play with really anyone, but that
can't finish.
Yeah, they can't finish and they don't fit together.
The Jalen Quinn thing that you just described, Justin, reminds me, give me a minute on this, okay? It's going to sound like a stretch. Give me a minute.
Okay.
The first years of Matt Campbell at Iowa State, when he's got like Jacob Park.
Wow.
You're counting on a team leader, and you banked on you got to turn this thing around. That you're hoping to turn around quick. And you bring in a guy that's just not the right fit, whatever it is, whatever that means. Culture, feel, community. We all know that there's a billion factors that go into the recipe there. And if the guy's not the right fit, man, you can't win. You can't win when one of your leaders is supposed to also can't lead off the court, off the field. Because they're just not engaged, and you can't blame a young man for not being engaged when the fit isn't right.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Give this time. And on top of that, the expectation after what Brian Harden has done with the last couple of basketball hires is crazy.
Yeah, and that's a thing. Like, I think Bulldog fans forget, like, Darren DeVries to me is an anomaly. Like, this day and age, there's no reason that dude should have stayed for 6 years at Drake. I love it.
Good point.
But it like very fortunate with DeVries. And then very lucky with Ben McCollum. And yeah, Ben McCollum, that fit was there right away because he brought everyone he knew. And everyone can sit there and be like, yeah, but he won 30 games. No one thought Ben McCollum with Division II guys was going to win.
Ben McCollum never thought he was going to win 30 games.
Exactly.
Like, very lucky with Ben McCollum. And then Medved, he went 500 his first year at Drake. So people forget that
point.
too.
See, to me, Nico was because in the perspective of that time, he turned it around in a minute.
Yeah,
Yes.
and went 500 and got another job immediately.
Yes.
Took the Colorado State job and said, okay, and now he's at Minnesota.
So I'm at no point like thinking fire Hendo, but it is a very disappointing season. Like I was very much like, give it time, like positive about the year from November through December. And then it was about like that second week of January where I was like, you just have to accept this team for being eighth best team in the Valley.
Justin, how are Drake fans feeling? Do you think that Drake fans, because
Warren?
Yeah, what a good
Look at
word.
that.
What
Warren.
you?
Thank you.
We didn't think you had it in you, but man, you
Just
surprise us
four-letter
every day.
word.
Just wait till I disappoint you on Saturday on the court.
No, I'm
Oh,
going to
we
be
forget about.
disappointed.
Did we name Justin in our roster? Did we when we were going through the roster earlier? You
Yes.
named Justin.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought we did.
I didn't have him in my head.
I think you said white chocolate, and I just made. It's like, yeah, that's me, right?
Yeah. Vanilla Gorilla. who was that? Was that Al Lorenzen that had the Vanilla Gorilla? Was his?
I just
nickname?
remember white chocolate was Aaron White at Iowa growing up. That was
White?
his nickname, Aaron White.
Oh yeah, that
Dude,
okay.
Aaron White was good.
See, to me, white chocolate was Jason Williams.
Oh yeah.
Freak. He was my version of Pistol Pete.
I think a cooler version. I mean, watch those highlights.
Cooler in a
swag
sweet way.
Yeah, swag way. He's got more swag.
Pistol Pete was that guy was an alien.
The stats of like his point totals, and then you realize there's no 3-point line is still one of the craziest things. But to answer your question, sorry. Yes, worn, I think, is the best way for fans, where they're just tired. Nothing is really going to make Drake fans happy at this point because they had kind of complained about Jalen Quinn and turning over the ball as much as he does. And then Hendo tries to make a big change, takes him out of the lineup. Then they're not happy that the Valley's leading scorer is not in the lineup. I get it. It's all fair.
All right. Did you like the McLeod Center?
I did. And it was really cool to see AJ Green, first jersey ever retired at the McLeod Center.
That's cool.
It was really cool.
All right. You got big Monday tonight. Iowa State, Houston at 8 o'clock. You've got the Iowa women against Nebraska at 11 o'clock today. Happy President's Day, everybody. If you're not working today, you bankers, you lawyers, because I don't think there's court today, enjoy your day off. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. Enjoy everything. We'll be back. See you later. It's the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hi, Noel from Fiskus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiskus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Mini of Des Moines, and this month we have some exciting new offers. Lease an all-new Countryman for as low as $369 a month. If the Countryman's not fast enough for you, experience the top of the street legal goat karting in the all-new John Cooper Works Countryman. Lease it as low as $509 a month. For more information, stop in our showroom, visit your favorite motoring advisor, or visit us online at miniofdesmoines.com.
Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the champagne of bars.
The following advertisement is for people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.